So if you rebel against conservatives, you would be like a a revolutionary socialist. It wouldn't make you a Democrat, because Democrat and Republican are just a like a different version of themselves, right? Like a phony version of the other. If you rebel against conservatorship, you become a commie, right? If you rebel against commies, you're just normal. It's just like you're just nothing. It's just nothing. You're just normal. But the only way to defeat communism would be fascism. And then people will be like, oh, but that means that you like are anti-Semitic. And it's like, well, based on what? Nazis? Like Nazis, like that's your example is wrong. They're not that. Like we already can agree, like people can already agree that they were National Socialists. But then if you start talking about fascism, they'll be like, oh, that means that you hate Christian, or like, then you go back to the same example. Because you don't have one, which is fine. We don't have example for quote unquote communist government that is doing it the right way. We don't have example of like just pure free market capitalism, which is like the road to, is like the gateway to socialism, which is funny because there's like supposed to be opposite. We don't have an example for any type of government working to its perfection form, you know, like but so you can say that the same thing, but at least you know that people are ready to hear you if you're not talking about fascism. I have old grandparents who probably wouldn't be ready and might think that means that you're on your way to becoming a mass murderer or something. But it's just not true, and I'm just not going to bear false witness and lay blame and death at someone's feet. I'm just not going to do that. I think your soul's in mortal danger if you bear false witness. That's what I think, because it's like one of the worst things you could do, just for starters, and fucking everything else to follow. But as far as making the corporate head the head of state, the United States is already a corporation. But it's like a least worst case scenario. Like the least worst thing would be to own that. Okay, if we're a corporation, let's do it the right way. Break up the globalist cabal of corporations and have those corporations more independently minded, thinking of vying on their own within the guidelines that are you know, provided within the guidelines, right? So that they work to the behest of the people. There would be more small businesses. It wouldn't be horizontally integration, you know, like monopoly. Those things are supposed to be illegal, but we know goes on, you know, like vertical and horizontal integration, and it's just an effort to keep things within reason, under control, working to the benefit of the population. That's just all it is. Like, oh no, that means that that you're a skinhead or something, like all these groups that just, they're like shock jocks, and they at some point they don't know shit either. They don't know about it either. And if they claim an aspect of that, or say that you know, like, oh, you know, Nazi Germany did incorporate some aspects of fascism to fix their economy, then all fascism is bad. Like, they didn't even do it. So for them to have an example of why it's bad, they don't even do it. Then to reverse the evil, like, you have to kill a Satanist to put the score back to on the side of the Christians, and the Christians, and then the Satanists have to go and kill a Christian in order to balance the score back in favor of Satanism. Yeah, I like feeling safe. I want to feel safe. I don't want to say things like, oh, people are going to, to put things in all fairness, and you gotta get curb stomped because uh the fascists, they did something like racist or something. Fascism is not about racism. It's not about anti-Semitism. It's not about hating Christians. I talk about Christian stuff all the time. I'm half black. Like, it's just because I want to be accepted doesn't mean that I'm going to bear false witness and purposely misconstrue what somebody mean or what they're saying because I'm scared. I already know that I have a certain amount of fear of being, bashed, caved in head. Like, of course, that's no fun. Nobody wants that shit. Or like, oh, you can't listen to reggae anymore. You never liked reggae. I got into it to the extent that I could play great music for hours and hours and hours that you never fucking heard of. So why would I quit? Why would I stop? I just don't want to bear false witness. That's all it is. I'm gonna be accurate when I speak and have a position that I can stand on my square and rock my square. Like, that's consistent. The best thing you could do is be fair and consistent. Like, that should be the goal and objective of every man. You can't expect women to, but you know what I mean? Like, you can't take cues from women and children, and they are not going to be able to teach anybody how to be a man because they are not, and they're allowed to be what they are. So I mean, some things is like a little bit like not advantageous as far as like I don't think we're ever going to realize in time, because like the last fascist person was like, oh, Karlin Borisenko, and she doesn't like black people. Like you're not helping me. You're like tuning her out or something is not gonna help me. Like in a way, she's like cannon fodder for all the deranged, derelict lunatics to attack her and possibly get arrested or thrown in jail, and then we'll have like a reprieve. Like, so like our community will be safer because like the rapists in our community would like to stalk this white girl, or something. Like it's gonna stigmatize, like she's stigmatizing black people because black people are like the least likely to accept a fascist message, but people don't even know what they're talking about when they say the word. So that's some sort of character or fortitude for me to condemn fascism. Then is it really? Like, I condemn revolutionary socialists that want to co-opt black people, and they want us to, I don't know, not identify a gender, like no structure, like you can't have gender binary, like, and like, like they probably think black people are a problem because at some point you're never going to convince us to teach our kids to transcend and throw off the gender binary, so that there's no such thing as a as a gender anymore. Like boys can wear a tutu and everything. We're never going to go for it. Right now they're just pretending that we're open to it because they have a few token black assholes that are over there conflating a message that of something that would benefit the country that they live in. And that means you must want to deport, like you do want to, you do, but you want to deport people that don't have the ethos, that are never going to accurately represent what you actually mean when you're trying to help them through total immersion and being patient with them, and in little situations where they could use English better, you're correcting them. You can't correct somebody who doesn't know shit. Who, like, okay, I can't correct somebody on English who is using it wrong. How are they going to pass their naturalization test? They have to take a test at some point if they're ever going to. So they want to get the citizenship, but then they want nothing to do with our ethos. We shouldn't have a border. We don't get to be a country. We shouldn't be defensible. So like everybody's like, we want Trump to fail. We don't want him to set up a missile defense dome in what's that fucking place? Greenland? Yeah, like we don't want that. The Danes and the Europeans are all acting like they are in a fucking concentration camp right now because we might buy Greenland, and they're talking about, you know, we're gonna go in there and invade. Like, it's crazy. Why do people have to bear false witness? Because they're so fucking chicken shit. You're scared? So am I. What the fuck is your problem?